Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Peyton and I am here to tell you how to live in any city in the US rent-free and make money while doing it. This is not clickbait, I promise. This is actual work. It is actual work. But I'm currently, as you can see behind me, I'm in a hotel. I'm currently living in New York City. I am living here rent-free and I'm getting paid while I live here. So let's dive in. So how does one go about living in any city in the US and living there rent-free and getting paid to do it? The secret is to become a hotel consultant. Now, what's a hotel consultant? Excuse me. Well, a hotel consultant is really just a fancy way of saying temp. Right? I'm currently a hotel consultant. I work in various hotels around the country. I work on a contract basis. So contracts normally run from 8 weeks to 16 weeks. I have seen some contracts as short as 6 weeks, and I've seen some contracts that extend and extend and extend depending upon, obviously, the happiness of the hotel and the happiness of the contractor. So hotel contracts are pretty simple. In your contract, in my contract, I am given a hotel room for the duration of the contract. I'm paid a weekly salary, and I am also reimbursed up to a certain amount of money per diem. So I'm given money every single day for food, or I'm reimbursed money every single day for food. I'm not given money, I'm reimbursed money every single day for food. So this has really allowed me as a traveler to not have to have a address in the US, which means I'm not paying rent or paying mortgage. I am living somewhere, but I'm also not paying rent or mortgage in that city. So I'm also able to save that money. And I am working, so I'm also earning money while I'm in the city. So all things considered, from the way I live and the way I'm calculating, I come out ahead by being a hotel contractor, hotel consultant. So let's talk about a couple of the names first. Hotel consultant is really the fancy name that we all call ourselves. Hotel contractor, temp, hotel temp, that sort of thing. So who can become a hotel consultant? It's pretty simple. Most of the time you have to have worked in a hotel before. Now, you don't have to have worked in a hotel for very long. I haven't had long stints inside individual hotels. I have had, because of COVID, and one of the hotels I worked in had a water main explosion and shut down. I have been in hotels for sort of 6-month chunks here and there. But that was enough to get me exposure to the hotel internal computer systems, so that I know the system. So now I can go pretty much anywhere that uses that system and I can work on property, which is what I'm doing. So this is new information to most people, and I really hope that a lot of you out there are able to watch this and able to become hotel consultants as a way for you to both travel the US and also hopefully let go of some of your day-to-day expenses like rent and mortgage and work in the US as you're transitioning to become a 100% expat or immigrant, depending on how you what you like to call yourself. So let me talk a little bit about what I do as a hotel consultant, and then I have a list of both systems that the hotels use and job titles that I'm seeing in the current company that I'm consulting for that can give you an idea of what titles to look for, so you can start looking at what skills you might need to apply for these companies, right? So what most people don't know is hotels are actually owned by management companies. So most of the time you're not working for the hotel brand, you're working for a management company that essentially rents the brand name and uses their systems. So most hotels on the whole, from what I've seen, there are obviously only a couple of major hotel companies in the US. These are all US companies. I don't have any information on doing any of this abroad. yet. However, if you do decide, sorry, this is a bit of a caveat, but if you do decide that hotels are your thing, hotels are a great way to get in and to then transition with a job to another country. You generally have to have been with the with the property a couple of years, and generally it is, you're not transferring hotels, you're transferring hotel property management companies. So you'll transfer inside of a property management company to another hotel inside that property management company's portfolio, assuming they have international hotels in their portfolio. That's an aside. I'll do a whole video about that later. Maybe. We'll see. But just getting started, let's talk about the hotel system. So in order for all of this to work, you have to be familiar with the systems of the hotel. They are very antiquated, to say the least. They are not necessarily user-friendly. They are very antiquated. So it is important to have had experience with these systems. I don't believe that you are going to be able to find a position, unless there are a couple of positions that don't work on these systems. But unless you have experience with the systems, you're probably not going to be put up for a temporary position, because all of these temporary positions are looking for people who have the experience to come in and start working immediately. So let's talk about some systems. The majority of hotels, from what I've seen, and I've worked in hotels mostly on the East Coast at this point, Midwest and East Coast. So I don't have 100% knowledge of the West Coast or the Pacific Northwest or the South, but again, most of the hotels are owned by a few property management companies or investment companies who then hire property management companies to manage them. So they all use relatively the same systems, right? So systems that you will find that you will need to know. CITY is the system for Marriott. Most Marriotts, depending upon the property management company. Delphi, I found, is to be the system for most Hilton and Hyatts. That may not be correct. Delphi might be Hilton and Opera might be Hyatt, or vice versa. Most of my experience, all of my experience, has been with Marriott. That's not true. I have also worked in a hotel that they're always round. It's escaping me. I'll think about it and pop it into the notes below. But CITY, Delphi, and Opera are going to be the systems that you are going to work on if you are working in sales or events in a hotel. So there are a number of areas in a hotel where you can work, and each area will have a different collection of systems that they focus on. They don't always use the same systems, and oftentimes the fun part about hotels is the systems don't always talk to each other. So yes. However, like I said, CITY, Delphi, Opera, Open Tables if you are going to be on the restaurant side, Birch Street and Profit Sword if you are going to be in the finance side, as well as One Yield. One Yield, Lightspeed, OPMS, which I believe is Opera or an offshoot of Opera, if you are going to be in the front office reservation side, OnQ, Fosse, and Cvent if you are going to be on the sales side. So hotels have a number of systems. You need to be familiar with a couple of them in order for this process to work. So let's talk about the kind of roles you can get as a hotel consultant inside of a hotel. I'm going to shoot out some titles that I'm seeing currently that are open in the company that I temp through, right? So I've just lifted titles from the spreadsheet that they have of all of the open roles. Hotels are very empty at this moment, right? COVID really cleaned everything out. Because so many hotels cut capacity, cut staff by 70, 80, 90%. So, and then a lot of people just left hotels because it's been hard work. So there are a ton of openings everywhere, all over the country. I'm seeing openings, like I said, from the company I'm working with. I'm seeing openings: event management, conference or convention services, engineering, sous chef, restaurant manager, banquet chef, controller, accounting manager, director of finance, assistant director of finance, general manager, front office manager, banquets manager, director of revenue management, director of housekeeping, overnight manager, housekeeping manager, and sales manager. So you probably noticed a little bit of a pattern. All of these positions are management level positions and above, right? This is not, if you don't have any hotel experience, or this isn't the sort of like, where you can sort of walk into any restaurant and kind of get a job. This isn't that same thing. These are all management level positions. They are not hourly positions. They tend to be replacing a salaried person that works either a certain number of hours a week plus overtime, or a total number of hours a week at a salary. I should probably do a video about how hotels work. Let me know if you are interested in that, like the inner workings of a hotel and the kind of positions and that sort of thing. So like I said, all of these positions are management level positions. You have to have some experience. The beauty of hotels is that you don't have to have a ton of experience. You don't need 2, 3, 4, 5 years of experience, especially right now. If you can put together 6 months of experience in a hotel, I'm guessing you can at least be put up for some of these positions. Now, these are positions in a variety of hotels. I'm currently in a hotel that has 60,000 square feet of event space and 17,000 rooms. I have worked in hotels with 60,000 square feet of event space and 750 plus rooms. I've also worked in smaller hotels, 20,000, 25,000 square foot of event space, 250, 300 rooms. So there are hotels that run the gamut, right? Huge amount of event space, huge amount of rooms, all the way down to 5,000 feet of event space and 250 rooms, like business event hotels. I've also been contracted at golf clubs, right? Those places always are always doing business. I personally am working in the event side. So any hotel that is going to be a full service hotel, meaning they are going to have event space, and they are going to utilize the event space, then that's the type of hotel that I would work in. Now, I have parameters. I would never work in or be put up for a hotel like hotels in Vegas that have 300,000 square feet of event space on the small end, 1 million feet or 1.5 million square feet on the large end. I don't have the experience for that, but it's fine because there are tons of hotels around the country that have between 40 and 80,000 square feet of event space. That's perfect for me. Honestly, when I don't want to work super hard, 20,000 square feet of event space is perfect too, because there's only a limited number of events that can come in there that can fit. So like I said, I am working in the event side. There are all of these other positions in housekeeping, especially housekeeping, and then positions in finance. If you don't have any other hotel experience, but you have a finance background, there are positions for you. If you are one of those rare, amazing people who can do front office or overnight, there are always going to be positions for you. Front office is a hard job. But if it is something that you excel at or something you have experience in and you don't want to stay in the same place, people are going to be clamoring for you. So you're in a great position. All right. So that's really about it, I think. I feel like I've forgotten something. How do you get these jobs? How do you get these jobs? So I'm going to include a short list of companies that I found just doing some quick Google searches that are essentially temp agencies for hotels. So you can go to these companies, submit your resume, or give them a call, find out what they're looking for, and the best way for you to get experience so that you can then be submitted for these positions. If you are like, I've never worked in a hotel before in my life, and you are sort of planning to let go of your your apartment, or you're looking, setting your goals of leaving the US, which is part of my reason for doing this, then getting some experience in hotels in your hometown. Like I said, 6 months, go in. I'm guessing the hotel in your hometown, 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 of them need bodies. They need people. Every hotel right now needs people desperately. So if you can, go there 6 months, get into a management level position, find out what you are good at, learn the systems, then you should have a relatively easy time transitioning over to Taskforce, which is what it's called inside the hotel, Taskforce, or hotel consulting, or a hotel contracting or temping. You should be able to get one of those jobs relatively easily. Based on your experience. Obviously, nothing is super easy, but based on experience, there should be some opportunities for you. So I will link ads below some of the companies that I've found so that you guys can start doing your own research and looking for these companies. I'll also add some of the titles that I found. I highly recommend going to LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever job search platform that you like to use. Put that title in and then check out what the job description is so that you can start kind of molding your resume and molding yourself into that job description so that you have a better chance of getting these positions. So just in closing, like I said, I am working. I am living in New York City rent-free. I will be here ideally between 12 and 16 weeks is my guess. I am paid weekly. I am reimbursed up to a certain dollar amount for food, and I'm living rent-free in New York City. You can't beat that, right? So hopefully, if you have any questions, please let me know. I am going to probably make a couple more videos about this because this is a fantastic way, especially for those of you who say like, how do you save money if you're trying to move abroad? How do you save money? I have rent, I have a mortgage, I have, these consistent bills. Part of the way I'm able to save money is that I don't have rent, I don't have mortgage, I don't have a car note, I'm not paying car insurance, I don't have these consistent bills that are coming out every month because every couple of months I move to a different place and live there rent-free. So I take the money that I save and take the money that I make, I save it and put it away so that I am able to, in my off months, starting in November, I'm going to the beach. So I work 3-4 months at a time, and then I travel 3 or 4 months at a time. And then I work 3 or 4 months and I travel 3 or 4 months. And I'll do this until I am able to transition to permanently living abroad, a permanent immigrant in a different country. But if you are not ready for that, or you just, want to let go of what you have right now, every place in this country is way too expensive. This is a great way to save the money on rent and still be making money as well. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope this was informative and enjoyable. Please ask me any questions below. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I will try to do more videos. I will do more videos. I'm not 100% certain yet on what they will be. I am going to do a pros and cons of hotel contracting, hotel consulting. There are definitely pros and there are definitely cons to this job. So I will do a video with those. And anything else you guys are interested in. I'm also thinking of doing a video of the type of personality who fits this kind of lifestyle. It is not for everybody. It sounds glamorous living in a hotel room until you've been there for your 3rd month. You have no kitchen. You are, you're living out of a hotel room. It gets to be a lot after a few months, but it's definitely worth it for me and my goals. And it may be worth it for you and your goals. So I look forward to hearing from everybody. Ask me questions. I can't wait to talk some more. Hopefully we'll be able to have a good dialogue and I'll be able to answer any questions that you have and get you guys into hotels so that you can start working, so you can start saving money, and ideally, set yourself up to move abroad or set yourself up in a career in hotels that can take you through the rest of your life, your work life, if you'd like. All right. Again, my name is Peyton. It was great chatting with you guys, and I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye.